saw a Gordon butt. And more than that. And I'm a little scared.
I'm Casey. This is Marissa. And welcome back to Comics and Cocktails. What book are we reviewing today, Miss Reporter?
We are reviewing Batman the Killing Joke
Hell yeah, we are.
by Alan Moore and Brian Boland.
Yes, yes.
I have some words for each of them.
Well, you're getting ahead of yourself and especially me. Rude.
Casey, what drink do we have today?
Exactly. We have the comic piece and now the cocktail piece.
I'm
Today,
actually super excited for
I
this.
have a drink that I have prepared, and on the menu for today being served is what I am calling the One Bad Day.
It's purple. You can't really tell, but it's purple.
It is purple, but garnished with a lime because of the Joker.
It's fitting. I need to get into this.
We haven't drank this yet, so why don't we cheers this?
Yes, I have a straw. I have sensitive teeth.
So let's get ready for this. Let's try this out. That's actually not bad.
Ooh. Ooh.
I like that. What do you think? How did I do?
It's good. It's strong, but it's good.
It's a little sugary for me. It's a Blue Curaçao. So inside the One Bad Day, we have vodka, cranberry juice, pineapple juice, Blue Curaçao, Grenadine, and lime juice. You put it in a shaker, you mix it all up, put some ice in it, garnish with the green lime, and there you go. And I'm sure you know.
You did more vodka than anything else, which is fine. I am definitely a vodka fan.
Guilty.
I'm getting a little burn. It's fine.
That will go away in time. So while we enjoy our drinks, I can give a little backstory to this graphic novel. So The Killing Joke is a seminal graphic novel that was published in the 1980s. 1988 to be exact, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it is highly regarded by the comic community as one of the best Joker stories of all time. As you mentioned, it is...
I mean, I can see why.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I'll just say that. I can
As you
see
mentioned,
why.
it is written by Alan Moore, and Alan Moore and DC have a very estranged relationship. He was one of their very big star writers back in the day, and well, he also wrote another little book that you guys may have heard of, and maybe you called
Probably not me.
Watchmen.
Probably not me. Oh, yes, I have.
So-
Wow, bonus points. I knew something. Woo, spirit fingers.
That's just because she's seen the movie.
I knew it was based on books.
But yes, so Alan Moore wrote The Watchmen. Or Watchmen. Yep. And so what happened was there was a kind of a dispute over character rights because, well, actually for Watchmen, Alan Moore wanted to use previously created DC characters. And they were like, no way you can do that to our characters. You want to do what? With who? And no. You can't kill off people and make this person a villain and all that fun stuff.
So he's gonna go create his own.
So he created his own stuff, and you know what the best
Exactly
part of
what
that
I
is?
do too.
Royalty rights.
Badass.
But then DC was like, no, you don't get that. And then they kind of had a really big falling out. And moral of the story is he hates DC. Not a fan. But he also...
I guess he got a little jaded, so...
Jaded would be a proper word, I
I can
suppose.
see why.
The slime is just like hit me in the nose. So he also wrote a Superman story called For the Man Who Has Everything. That is very famous. It was the annual back in the
I have
day.
not read that.
No, you have not read that one.
Surprise.
He was a very famous Swamp Thing writer.
I've never read a single thing on Swamp Thing, but I know the character.
He also wrote V for Vendetta. And as well, as From Hell, which was a Johnny Depp movie
Yep.
that he did. So he wrote that too. That was a graphic novel. But you didn't know that.
Johnny Depp movies. Did not know it was a graphic novel, but I know Johnny Depp. Secret window. Secret.
You stole my story.
Dennis said as he grabbed another ear of corn from the steaming bowl.
We don't like that movie. No. No.
That movie got me hooked on Doritos, not gonna lie. I don't know why. But when I don't know, he sits on a Dorito couch and I was like, I need Doritos in my life now.
Fun fact about Alan Moore as well, since we're on the topic of Mr. Moore. He declared himself a ceremonial magician at one point.
You know what? Same.
He is a strange dude.
Same.
He's a genius, but a strange dude.
Listen, I feel like we'd vibe. I am also a ceremonial magician.
2 years into this relationship, why? Holy shit! Where did she go?
Anyways, I'm really not a ceremonial magician, but you know what? You do you. That's how you identify. That's you.
One other fun fact about this book: this is not the original coloring. It was recolored.
I'm surprised by that.
It's so it was very more. I don't know if this is the proper term, but pastel-y. It was very more light pinks and light purples.
So like not Gotham-esque at all.
No, and it was by John Higgins originally the coloring.
Gotcha.
So in 2008, when they re-released it in this hardcover edition we have here, Brian Boland actually did the coloring. So this is not the original.
So those are part of the words that I have for Brian.
I actually like this coloring and think it suits the story a lot better than the original. I'll show you.
Yeah, I'm curious to know what the original looked like and how different it was.
Yeah, it's very different. So did you like it? Let's
so
start
here's kind of my thoughts on it. I was terrified, but in a good way. And I literally sat in here and looked around the room multiple times to see if anybody was witnessing me reading this book. And then it just...
Can you see why I picked it for the first week of October?
It left me speechless a little bit. Like, I didn't really know how to react as much. But now that I'm thinking on it, like, it's exactly what I would have pictured for Joker.
And some people have a problem only with this one fact. Is that it gives the Joker an origin. Now, the Joker is supposed to be this form of chaos, and just, you don't know anything about him, and that's what makes him so mysterious and so, I guess, captivating. So the fact that he has an origin is kind of like, well, it's a little... It takes the mystique away from it a little bit.
Okay, but I can see that. I can see where people might be upset by that. But the way that this backstory was written, does that change the chaos at all?
No.
Like, the fact that that origin was put in there, I feel like I have a more terrified feel for the Joker because of the way that it was written, because of the artwork, because of how it was described. Like, everything about it, I'm like,
and that is
I'm absolutely terrified by it.
That is why. So originally, it wasn't supposed to be in continuity, or it wasn't intended to be in main story continuity, so kind of stand on its own. But because of the reception that it got, and how well, and how people liked it, they took aspects of this and made it into the main continuity universe of DC. So aspects of this book. So things such as Barbara being paralyzed.
Well, it was much more than being paralyzed, and I will comment on that.
So let's dig in.
I mean, the first thing that caught my attention was the artwork.
Brian Boland is fantastic.
I don't know anything about what else Brian has done, but I want to read everything.
So I'm a little ashamed to say I'm not too sure as well. He's not one of the artists I have followed.
Well, we're going to research and we're going to look it up because his artwork is fantastic.
And I'm sure, yeah.
And half the thing that, wow, I just said that like 3 times.
We open up
Yep, we open up with
And
the
first of all,
vinyl records.
you can kind of
That's all it reminded me of, the raindrops is vinyl records.
you can kind of tell that it is Alan Moore as well, because Alan Moore is famous for, well, the 9-panel grid.
Okay.
So this is what that's called right there. So 369 right there. And he's very famous for that. He does that in Watchmen, he does this and this, so he's kind of his style. But I like how the pictures really tell the story.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like I'm back in like first grade when I'm reading like The Hungry Caterpillar or something like that, and like the pictures tell you everything about it. Like the words are there, like there's little hints. Like when Dent is in the cell, like I thought that was a super cool touch, and then Joker's is unknown. Like that is such a cool touch. And like you have no words and you know exactly what it is. And then the sign on the assistant or receptionist, I guess is what she would be. The receptionist desk was so friggin' funny.
And also, so I want to mention here that the late, great Jack Kirby once said, too, that you shouldn't need words to tell a story in a comic. That's not the direct quote. I know it's not the direct quote, but the idea of that is the pictures alone should be able to tell the story without the words.
Which I think is why I'm such a fan right now of Brian's work, because it is so good. And that's not to discredit Alan at all, because as you go through, like, I have a master's degree and I felt smart reading this book. Like, just the language he uses, the way he tells the story. I don't know why. I loved it.
You don't even know, but you just jerked off the man. He would be, like, so happy. You just like, he
Do you know how many people are probably going to disagree with me? But I don't know why.
He considers himself, and a lot of readers, and this is not a diss, this is not a stab at anybody, very highbrow level of reading and writing. So...
Well, it showed for me.
You say that, and that actually makes a lot of sense.
Like, for me, not knowing anything about the writer, the artist, anything like that, and those are my first opinions, then, I mean, I could just be in the same mindset. Yeah. I could be a little loo-hoo-hoony.
Loo-hoo-hoony. So, to paint the picture here, Batman is driving up to Arkham Asylum.
Yep, walking in, meets Gordon outside.
Yep. No words needed, just they know where they're going, and they are walking up to the Joker's cell.
Yep, which is marked as unknown. And also, I love that the Joker is playing cards.
That number is very famous.
That was like a nursery rhyme. Yeah, so Joker's playing cards.
He's playing cards,
right.
Which
so
right there.
this is the whole reason why I love Batman. And I'm going to explain it right now, and I know I'm going to get crap for it, but...
Oh, well, I was just getting excited. Maybe I shouldn't be.
No. So this plays into the whole big debate when it comes to Batman. Should Batman kill? Should Batman not kill? And this is why I'm so excited that I read this book, because it completely depicts exactly the Batman that I personally want. I understand that there's people out there who want a Batman who kills and likes a Batman who kills and so on. And
you might eat your words. I just want you to be careful, because you might eat your words later. I
understand that there is Batmans who kill. It was written that way for certain things.
Yeah, there's been times in his publication history that he has definitely killed. And then in the most recent canon, he is not depicted that way. He depicts himself as someone who lives by his code of no killing, no using guns, and everybody has their Batman.
Everybody has their Batman. And for me, this is exactly... in this moment, because I don't know what's to come later on, but in this particular moment, this is the kind of Batman I want. He is fighting to save somebody's life. He understands that a life is a life, no matter what you have done. He's going to work through everything he can. He's going to try as hard as he can to get the Joker to see their side, and he's asking, is it going to end up in one of us killing each other? And he's trying to prevent that. And that is so freaking Batman to me.
So this whole page right here where he, talks to Joker, I've come to talk. I've been thinking about this. One of us is going to end up killing each other, or can we save one another?
Yeah.
Can both of us be saved? This has been referenced in so many comics, movies. This is how famous this panel or this page is, that it is used so many times.
But this is what separates him from everybody else for me. Is like, I feel like so many other people who would come into this situation would be like, I've tried to catch you so many times and you keep escaping. Let's just end it. and be done with it. But Batman is trying everything he can.
To me, he wants to help him.
Yeah, he wants to rehabilitate him, as we will see later on. Anyways, so in this scene, you know, you get the whole Batman, stop, whatever's happening here.
Between me and all them out there.
This I thought was freaking hilarious. So when he goes to grab his hand, the Joker's arm or hand, come to find out, it's not really the Joker at all, and it's someone in disguise.
Yep, and then you see the face paint kind of fair, you know, wash off.
So this could just be because of the Dark Knight trilogy, but I didn't know. Like, I thought Joker was always face paint.
It's not face paint, no. It's
because of the chemical reaction.
And yes, it's because of the chemicals that he falls into later on in the book.
Right. Which I get, I understand now, but
yep, so what
for someone who has not read the comics and was basing it off the movies, I always thought, until I read this book, that it was like face paint.
Well, Jack Nicholson wasn't face paint. Keaton, Batman 89, falls into a vat of chemicals.
I mostly just paid attention to Keaton.
This is why we do the channel. This is why you have me. So now you know, right? See, look at this.
I mean, I knew because
now you know. Now you know. See, I'm just opening up a whole new world to you of things that you might have not even seen that were right in front of your eyes. So we cut to now knowing that the Joker has escaped, and he is at a old, broken down...
The poster of the fat lady, though. I chuckled a little bit because I was like, oh man, that's Miss Saturday Night.
What the hell? Oh, man.
Listen, bra undies, chilling with food.
Christ.
That's life, man.
So he's at an old, broken down carnival with the man trying to... Well, he's trying to buy it.
Okay, I knew exactly where this was going to, and I love that. The second I saw the carnival in the distance, I knew exactly where this was going. And I love the flashback.
So yeah,
this is where you get into the origin.
This is where we get the flashback. So
yeah,
we go into where he comes in from a gig audition.
Yep.
And he has unfortunately blown the audition.
Right.
And he is telling
no one was laughing, and then his wife made a comment, and he took it out on her. And then...
I'm sorry, I have no wife.
It's empty. It's true. Although you gave me your Legion of Superheroes.
You rejected my Legion of Superhero ring!
It wouldn't fit! Okay, so I pick out the weirdest things in these. Does the cat really only have one eye, or is it like half sleeping?
I've never... For like the 8 times I read this book, I have never saw that, so...
I pick out the weirdest things.
I'm assuming it has one eye. That is going to be my assumption.
So as we're going through these pages, obviously he's upset. He thinks he's a failure as a husband. He wants to provide. They're pregnant. They're getting ready to have a baby. It's tough. And then, you know, the owner of the building, it looks like.
Yeah, so he's, you know...
The landlord.
He thinks she hates him, which she probably does. Because
she probably resents him a little bit.
He doesn't have a job. He's not really providing for his family. He's out there chasing his dream. Right.
And as we'll find out later, is he had a good job and he gave it up because he had a dream, which I always say go for your dreams. Like, if you're going to do it, you get one life. Just do your dreams.
I don't know. Good job. I don't know about that.
He had a job that was paying. He was miserable at it. So you go for something that you're going to love.
So the main idea of this is they didn't laugh at him.
Yeah.
And, but it's funny, no pun intended, because he actually winds up making his wife laugh.
Yeah. Okay, I totally picked up on it. The ha 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 ha. I thought that was a great touch. At least you're good in the sack. All right, I need to touch on that for a second.
Okay.
That caught me off guard a little bit. And Alan, I'm calling you out on this. But where he says, honey, don't worry. Not about any of it. I still love you, you know? Job or no job, you're good in the sack. Okay, first off...
I'm afraid of where this is going.
First off, she's got a personality. More than likely. carrying your child. According to the illustration, she's good looking. Like, there are way more qualities than you're good in the sack. Like, why is it always, yeah, you're good in the sack.
You know, she's
that's
saying,
why I'm keeping you around.
She's
like, come
saying
on.
that to him. So you pick up on the one-eyed cat.
I just shit on all of mankind.
He did.
And it was the
did.
fucking woman.
We're back with him talking to the carnival owner, who is riding a pink elephant. Yes, this part.
This part was messed up.
This is where it starts going.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting this at all, and when I read it, so, like, you're right, up until this point, you don't really get, like, I mean, you get the creepy vibe, but it's not, like, extreme.
And that's the thing, I really like that,
page.
that tone this book gives you.
I like that I wasn't expecting it, and I was surprised.
It's a dark tone without being, like, forced dark.
Yeah.
You know?
The pink elephant is so freaking cute, I want one.
We are not getting a pink elephant.
Why do you deny me things?
GoFundMe page for a pink elephant in the description below. So he's making a deal with the owner of the carnival.
Yep, to buy the land.
I keep calling it a carnival. I mean, it's technically a carnival, but it's a...
I mean, it is a carnival.
Yeah.
But he's buying the land. He's buying the whole carnival. He's buying the land. He's buying the carnival.
Yep.
He's buying everything. And then you get that scene where he's got the needle.
He's his famous,
Yeah.
Joker needle thing. So then you see that he is injected with the Joker toxin, which is, that face is just horrifying.
It is nightmarish. I looked at that and I was like, I can't look.
For people who hate clowns, this is a nightmare. For
Like, what's
sure.
that horror movie where you have the guy with the red face who, like, only appears in your nightmares?
Freddy Krueger?
No.
Insidious?
No, not the claw guy. It might be, it's either Insidious or something, but the little kid goes into a dream world, and then there's, like, the red-faced guy who only comes in his nightmares and, like, crawls on the ceiling.
I think it's
exactly what this reminded me of. Nightmares.
So we get back to the Batcave, and Batman is looking up all Joker stuff. So he has a Joker card that he took from the crime scene, from Arkham Asylum.
Oh, the little batling on his shoulders! I just saw it.
That's Batmite.
Who?
He's an imp.
Oh, that's
Batmite.
so cute.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't get this. Did he kill?
No. So that is from. Batman is kind of weird. So he.
I'm talking about the Godzilla looking.
Yeah. So yeah. So she's referencing the T-Rex.
That's a T-Rex.
Yeah, it's a T-Rex. So Batman's weird. He kind of keeps trophies from all his cases. So
Why not keep a T-Rex? Like
the big coin. So the T-Rex, I have to refresh myself on what the T-Rex is from. I don't exactly remember, and I don't want to get it wrong. But it was from an earlier case, and so he kept the mechanical T-Rex. I want to say it's from the Riddler. I don't remember.
We don't have to put any of this.
Oh no, that's fine. Like I don't remember exactly if it's from the Riddler or not. But he is very much of, these are my trophies from these cases I have solved.
So kind of like a murderer on Forensic Files.
Yeah. I mean...
Forensic Files 2, out right now. Free promotion.
Give us money. Give us money for promoting your shit.
Listen, I live by that show.
So yeah, to be said, he kind of is crazy to begin with, so...
Yeah.
I mean, the man dresses up as a rodent. And kicks people.
Yeah.
So he's investigating Joker. He's looking into him. And
I love
he's
how
talking to Alfred about how he just doesn't know anything about him. And they just don't know anything about each other.
And then the line, how can you hate somebody so much without knowing anything about them? And they're both in the same boat. Joker knows just as much about him as he knows about Joker. And I thought that was a really cool depiction.
Yep.
And then the I hate this translates into Gordon at the house talking about how he hates the fact that, yet again, Joker has escaped. I didn't know he scrapbooked. He's like my grandpa. My grandpa never scrapbooked. But he reminds me of a grandpa.
So your sister scrapbooks, but
My sister scrapbooks, and she's freaking awesome at it, okay?
So yes,
2020 is gonna be a short scrapbook.
So Papa Gordon is
Papa Elf
is scrapbooking, and he keeps a record of every time Joker has been in the media. Mm-hmm. And this is actually a reference.
Their first meeting.
Yeah, and that's actually the cover of the very first Batman.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a knock on the door, and Barbara goes to answer it, thinking that it's
her friend.
Because
they're supposed to meet up. Yep. And so
surprise!
we open the door and we get a Joker.
Get a gun in the face.
Not only just the Joker, but we get him in a Hawaiian shirt.
Yep.
Looking all cool and shit.
With
and
his camera.
I will let you describe what follows.
I mean, in short, Barbara gets shot. It goes through her spine. She will probably never walk again. Gordon gets taken. And then you see Joker hold up a camera and holding Barbara Gordon's shirt. Immediately, as a female, you know exactly what's about to happen. And it was tough to read that, because the reality is that happens to women so often, and it's like the fact that it was put into writing and brought to life is scary, but also the fact that this is actually what some people do in real life is what's more scary about it. So it was hard to read. And I shouldn't say just as a female, like I understand that, you know, everybody recognizes, well, for the most part, everybody recognizes some sort of discomfort when it comes to that. And
So now we get another flashback to the
pre-Joker.
Pre-Joker, yeah, we can go with that. And I like how everything is black and white, except for the color red.
Yes.
I have always loved that.
I didn't notice that. I just said yes, and I had no idea. I was wondering why the little shrimpies were red.
So I believe that those aren't. I think it's
Crawfish.
crawfish. Yeah, I believe it's crawfish.
Probably.
Yeah, and then you see the red hood. You see the red hood.
Yes.
The red hood.
And that's the significance.
Yes. Yep. So they're talking about the job that they are going to pull to get into Ace Chemical Plant.
Well, they want to go to the card shop
card.
next
Yes, I'm
door.
sorry. Yeah, you're right.
And they're going through the chemical plant to get to it. Comic knowledge.
So yes, they want to get to the playing card store, and they have to go through Ace Chemicals in order to get there. And the reason that they're choosing him is because he worked
there
at Ace Chemicals. Yes.
Yep.
So he has knowledge on how to get in and through.
Yep. And he's a little skeptical going into it, as anybody
he is super nervous. He is.
They've promised him
definitely
money.
a goof.
Yeah.
Like he is not very. I guess he's a little socially inept.
Socially awkward,
Yeah.
Definitely. But he's afraid. Like, he's never done anything bad.
Yeah, he's working
like
with,
in his life. He's about to perform a heist.
Well, he's working with the mob now.
Well, yeah, because he's kind of at his low point. He needs money. And then it flashes forward. Again, we're back to reality
Batman
here.
gets to the hospital.
Yep. With Barbara.
And then Bullock tells Batman she was found in a state of undress.
And Batman didn't understand what that meant.
Oh, no, I think he definitely understood what that meant, and he was like, leave.
Well, yeah, but then he questioned, like, undress, and then the officer had to tell him, I'm sorry, I thought you knew, like,
I don't think he knew about that. That's what I...
Well, yeah, no, that's definitely what was said in the impression, but I think he needed some clarification. And then Barbara confesses that it was Joker, and he's taken Gordon, and...
Yeah, and she says that, he's basically on a whole new level right now.
Yep.
And she says that he did it to prove a point.
Yep. And now we're at...
Now
we're at the carnival with Gordon, and this is where it turns into a frickin'
horror show?
Freak show, American Horror Story
Like,
episode.
honestly, yeah, exactly what I was going to say.
The baby doll faces are creeping me the F out. Never bring that in my presence again.
Yeah, so Gordon is taken by...
And they're all in, like... S&M outfits.
S&M outfits, yep. And...
Hey.
Welcome to the carnival.
It really is like an episode of Freak Show from American Horror Story. Anyway, so you have these, I'm just gonna call them baby dolls, because that's what it just reminds me of. They look like baby dolls who are actually alive. And here we go, we're gonna get naked again.
Yeah, so they undress
They strip
Gordon,
him down. And then
you have Joker sitting kind of on his throne.
And then I see a Gordon butt, and I see much more
All
than a
the
Gordon
dolls.
butt. Can we address the non-Gordon butt?
What do you have to address?
So, this was me, and I think this will address the whole thing. Yep, that's exactly what I saw. And then they're standing on a pile of baby dolls. I think they're baby dolls.
So
Like, he looks like she's gonna shove that cane up his butthole.
yeah. So what I want to point out here is Gordon is basically pleading. Well, I don't want to say pleading with him, but he's talking with him. And
He doesn't understand what's happening.
What
He's
are you
asking
doing?
what's
He's
going on here.
And Joker simply says, "Well, you're going
going
mad."
And then we flash back to pre-Joker again at the bar and grill, and they're planning the heist.
And two police officers come in, and obviously the mob all of a sudden is like,
Cops. We want none of that.
And they come
Ooh,
up.
I did a John Cena move.
I wish I couldn't see you do that.
Oh, it's this way.
Get out of my face. So the cops show up, and they pull him aside, and they give him a very, very unfortunate news.
Well, before they pull him aside, I thought it was interesting how they walk up to the bartender and they show a picture of him and his wife. And I thought that was interesting because I thought that it was going to go in a totally different direction. I thought maybe the mobsters tipped the cops off that he was going to do a heist and they were looking for him. And then it went a totally different direction than it was going to go. Very different direction.
Yeah. So they tell him that his wife has died, and I believe it was
It was electrical, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a bottle warmer or something like that.
She was testing a
Yeah,
baby bottle
heater,
heater and there was an electrical short. And now she's
And that she's dead, and
the cop. If I was you, I'd have another drink.
yeah.
Alcoholism! Yay!
So, and obviously, so she is dead. The baby does not survive. And now he is in complete, utter shock. He has lost everything. The only reason why he was doing this heist
was to get money.
to get money so they could be set for a while. So they never...
From their cat-filled apartment.
Yeah. Yep.
Although we like cats. We like dogs more, but cats are okay. We like dogs more, but cats are okay. Alright, so we're back on the ghost train ride, and now Gordon is starting on it. This is his first look into the ride. And it is Joker in his creepy ass smile.
Honestly, in his prime. This speech is fantastic.
This is what blew me away about the writing. This is what made me...
I will let you take this one.
Like, this is what made me, like... I mean, aside from the artwork, it was this speech that truly made me feel like... How do I want to word this? Everything that I would expect Joker to be is exactly what the speech depicted. He's crazy. He explains it. He explains why he became loony. He explains that people in society today are just mean to each other.
To me, this is the pinnacle of Joker right here, where he says, memories can be vile, repulsive, little brutes, like children, I suppose. But can you live without them? Memories are what reason is based upon. If we can't face them, we can deny reason itself. Although, why not? We aren't contractually tied down to rationality. There is no sanity clause.
Santa Claus. It's almost Christmas, guys.
Sanity, not sanity.
I know. I'm just reiterating that it's almost Christmas.
And then right here, this is it that does it for me. So when you find yourself locked onto an unpleasant train of thought, heading for places in your past where the screaming is unbearable, remember that there's always madness. Madness is the emergency exit. You can just step outside and close the door on all these dreadful thoughts that happen to you. You can lock them away forever.
This is exactly why Alan's writing is so friggin' good.
These 3 panels right there sum up this entire book for me.
It's a really well-written speech. As crazy as it is, and as wrong as it is, it was very well-written.
He goes into a tunnel, and all pictures of Barbara
up here
in undress.
Yeah.
Up here.
Like, that's gotta, like, I mean, for anybody that would be tough to see, but especially looking at it and it's your daughter.
And this is
like,
very...
That's gonna, he proved a point that he was trying to drive Gordon mad.
This is very Alan Moore. You know what? So what is he trying to prove? So we'll try to... Here we go with this. At this point, can you figure it out? What is he trying... He says it later in the book, but... Trying to prove that what? That all it takes is what?
All it takes is one bad day. Woo! I scored 100.
And then... Yeah, and you know what? Like, there is, to me, some truth to that. Like, it could...
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to sound a little psychotic.
No, there is truth to that.
Like, the way he says it is like, I mean, that brings you into so many different things. You have, like, you know, that brings you into mental health, that brings you into post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, there's so many things that play into this, and everybody is affected differently. Everybody handles a bad day differently. And for him, when he had his one bad day, it turned him into the Joker that he is.
So we wind up with Batman on the search for the
Is
Joker.
that Penguin?
That is Penguin. So he's going through his rogues gallery. He's trying to find out where the Joker is.
Yeah. Who's this? Because I thought there was significance
It's probably
to that. Like
Falcone.
mob leader or something.
Yeah, it's probably
All right.
Falcone.
I definitely recognize Penguin because the nose.
God,
And
I still love
and
the color.
the monocle. Is that a monocle?
It is a monocle.
Yeah.
That's a good job.
Monocle.
So
Oh,
he meets up
I
with
want to comment on
Harvey
this.
Bullock.
Yes, but I want to comment on this.
Okay.
How every other like panel in the beginning is the badump. So he's going on the ride, and then it flashes to Batman trying to find him, and he's on the ride, and then Batman's trying to find him again, and it's on the ride, and Batman's trying to find him. So freaking cool!
I will
like
say it
whoever
again.
thought of that, genius! Like it.
I want to say it's probably Bowen.
Fantastic.
It's probably Bowen.
Fantastic.
Great story. Both great storytellers in their own right. So we find out that Joker has left a invitation
With compliments.
to his...
Can I get compliments to a show? Thank you.
We get Gordon finishing up the ride.
Coming to
And-
Joker.
Joker is just...
Hello, Commissioner.
Pure asshole.
Hello. I'm talking to you.
God, this is boring.
You said it perfectly. It's exactly how I read it. This man's boring.
And he tells him...
Complete turnip.
Yeah, and he just says, throw him in the cage. And we get
Flashback.
back... Yeah, back to the flashback, and now we are back into the... Well, not back into, but we are inside of Ace Chemicals now.
Yeah. And they, you know, the mobsters have convinced him, you still have to do the heist. You have no choice.
That's right, that is the important part,
Your
yeah.
wife might have died, but you're in this. You're dealing with the mob. We don't
Exactly.
care that your wife died. You're doing this heist.
And that's
you're gonna be
actually, yeah,
redheaded.
that is a line that we kind of missed earlier when it's just like, you know, tonight you're with us, tomorrow you mourn your own lady.
Yep. In, what did they say, like, bury her fancy or something
Yeah,
like that.
because he's gonna have a shit
all
ton of
this
money. Yeah.
Like,
So they're
Smacky.
on their little heist, and they say, you know, you need to wear this. And he's like, I know that. That's from the Red Hood gang. He's like, yeah, no, you know.
everyone's Red Hood. It's not just one person.
Exactly,
That's
yep.
what was key, I think, there.
Mm-hmm. So it's to kind of take the attention off of the mobsters and put it on him. Mm-hmm. So that it's the leader. And like, so as we're continuing, they find out that security has been beefed up a little bit since he's left the plant.
After he told them there would be none,
Oh, yep.
security would be light.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've
So
gone and
I
screwed
think
up.
he makes a remark of saying they must have, you know, beefed up security after I left. And then they totally call him out. He's like, "Ah, no, this is the guy you want. This is the leader of the Red Hood gang."
Yeah, totally turning on him.
And so,
Which was their plan the entire time. Like, you can tell that was their plan.
Well,
The
I
way
mean,
he
it's-
was talking to
it's
them,
their
there's
backup
no
plan, yeah.
way.
yeah,
They're in the mob. They're gonna do everything they can to protect them and put somebody innocent in harm's way. Although he's not technically innocent. He agreed to the heist. But
one bad day.
And then Batman shows up.
Yep. And
you know, both of the mobsters that he was with seem like they died,
this
but
panel
one of them
right
didn't.
here, by the way, where you just see Batman in the red hood.
Mm-hmm. Although he's got some pretty broad football shoulders here.
But it's very, very much like the original appearance of Batman, which is nice too.
Yeah.
So
Batman shows up.
Batman shows up and he's like, "I know you."
He's like, "No more killing, no more shooting. I'm gonna take care of this."
Yeah, he tells the police to stand
Batman
down.
Form. Take care of it.
And
as little violence as possible.
I believe they allude to where Batman goes to try to grab for him.
Yes. And he says, "Don't come near me. I'm gonna jump." And he jumps into the
and he goes into the chemicals.
Well, he says the water's burning. So I think he jumped into water and it just happened to be poisoned with chemicals. Because, I mean, it's a chemical plant. They're dumping chemicals somewhere.
And then we get the absolutely famous paneling of him. Yep.
I did it wrong. It's pretty cool,
That should have been our picture for our thumbnail. And then, yes, this picture right here, Brian Bowen does just...
Everything about this picture, I feel like we need to spend, 20 seconds on this picture. Everything about it, from the eyes, the blood streaming, the mouth, the sharp pointed teeth, the green hair. It's just absolutely insane the way that he depicted this picture. And it is so creepy and so good. It's freaking good.
Yeah, and he has officially gone mad.
Hey, if I dropped into a pool of chemicals, I'd probably be a little crazy too.
God, I love this Batmobile.
All right. I didn't get the...
Kind of looks a little like Black Panther there, but
yeah.
I digress. So we're back at the carnival. Gordon is caged up, and Batman strolls up. And I love that. So once you get here,
the freaking dramatics of the Joker, though. The dramatics.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hello, oh, poor human." It is so freaking good how he is explaining to his freak show that the one who is the freak is Gordon and why he is. And it is just so clever. So clever how he just... because back in the day,
he talks about being sane is almost like a disease.
Yeah, because the world is so cruel today, or I mean in these times also, but back in the day, people were made fun of for being different. If you were the fat lady, or you were the hairy man, or wolf man, whatever you call them, if you were, Siamese twin, you were considered a freak. And it is absolutely mind-blowing to me how he's turning it all around into Gordon being the one who's the freak. And
there is a thing,
and
cool. I could be wrong on the terminology. I want to say it's called hypersanity, and that's what... Don't quote me. But it's aware... It's being aware of, he's so aware of everything that he's crazy, but he's actually the sanest of them all. I'm wording this awfully.
And you actually said it perfect for me to understand it. He understands everything. He is crazy, but out of everybody, he's the sanest one.
Exactly. He believes he's the actual sane. And there's
because
a term
he understands and he sees what is going on in the world and understands that it's a crazy place.
There's actually questions that are does he know he's in a comic book? Does he he's that aware of everything?
Yeah.
Batman rolls into town.
Guns a-blazing, elbows coming out.
Well, no guns. No guns.
When I say guns, I'm talking these guns. I ain't talking guns, because that is not our Batman.
Guns are sloppy.
These guns
ain't sloppy.
Well, right now they probably are, because I've been drinking. But anyway.
You kidding me? Look at my face. We can tell who it's affecting today.
You're a little red. You're a little red. I'm a little sweaty because it's hot in here. You guys, you don't understand. We're on a third floor apartment.
So hot in here.
It's hot on this apartment. Everyone's heat's coming up.
What I wanted to point out here is, starting from this page, they repeat the exact dialogue from the intro.
Yes.
I've come to
when
talk.
he quotes Batman, perhaps now.
Well, no, he's not
perhaps,
quoting. It's just
sooner, perhaps later.
It's not quoting. It's just him reiterating.
He's quoting what Batman said to him.
No, it's not Joker speaking this. No, it's just a callback to it. Like he's trying again, or he's remembering his statement that he had.
Oh, okay. So the way that I took this was Joker was saying this
it's
stuff
just
here.
It's a repeat of that to just a callback of it. Yeah. So are we gonna kill each other? Is this the moment where this all comes to a climactic
right
end?
Is this the moment where we kill each other?
Or
will you kill me? Yeah. I kill you. Perhaps sooner. Perhaps later.
Yep.
Which, all right, Alan, freaking genius that you even wrote that in the first place. I thought that was super cool.
It's definitely, like I said, one of the all-time best books out there.
And then he finds Gordon
then
in
we
the cage.
We get the acid spray.
Eating through the bat suit.
They're fighting, and Joker runs away, per usual. And he runs up and grabs Gordon. Now, the main takeaway from this conversation with Gordon is he wants to take Joker in, but it has to be by the book. He needs to show Joker that
you did not
the justice system
mad.
And yeah, exactly. You didn't. You don't win.
Yeah.
People are better than what you say they are.
People can have a bad day, like Gordon just had a bad day, and still
that
be
the
sane
system
about
and
it.
the people, the way of the people, and like sanity works. So he wants him to bring him in, but it has to be by the book.
Yep. So Batman says, "I will try," and he goes in after
goes
Joker
through the Hall of Horrors, and so he winds up chasing him through,
and completely explains why he did what he did, and how even the sanest person can be turned mad.
And yeah, so he says like, you know what? I bet you've had a bad day. You had a bad day once, and so this goes back to
that's the reason you're Batman, because you had a bad day, and he's not wrong.
I was gonna say, like, considering like everything, Batman kind of is psychotic. Like the idea of the fact that you dress up in a bat suit and you go and punch criminals every night and call it justice. That is like, it is kind of insane. So they're both insane, and they're both like.
But when you think a little bit deeper about it, both of them didn't have the same bad day, but they both had bad experiences in their life that were extremely traumatic, and they ended up totally polar opposites of it.
It shows you both sides of the coin.
It shows you exactly both sides of the coin.
And he basically saying, and Joker's basically
this face killed me. I was like, oh, I kind of felt bad for him, but like, why aren't you laughing? It like brought him back to his previous.
It's everything is a joke, and he doesn't understand why Batman doesn't get it. Why aren't you laughing? He's actually mad.
He looked sad.
The picture does look. I think it's more confusion.
Like,
in
why?
This one.
Why aren't you laughing?
Why aren't you laughing?
This is funny.
Oh, this panel right here. Mm-hmm. Batman just busting through the window.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Guns a-blazing, elbows coming. See, elbows first. He's about to freaking elbow Joker in the face. That wasn't that close. He's dramatic.
Why aren't you laughing? To answer that question, Batman says, because I've heard it before.
Yep. And it wasn't funny the first time. I laughed at that.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny to me. Batman cracking jokes.
So they get into a slugfest.
A slugfest?
They get into a slugfest. Did I?
Okay. I don't know why that was so funny. He got into a slugfest. Like, I'm gonna say that to you from now on.
So Batman and Joker are duking it out. And, he's getting smashed in the head with a 2x4.
He pulls the cowl down.
And he just wants Batman to laugh.
And this is again.
Just laugh.
Like, this is again, though, where Batman, like, this is what depicts Batman for me. He says, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do anything. Like, I just want to rehabilitate you. And I want you to understand that, like, I can help you. We have probably been through the same traumatic experiences. Let me help you.
And so what she's referring to is Joker goes to shoot his gun. It's just a...
Click, click, click.
A blank. And as Joker says, it's empty. And like he's just saying, so what are you waiting for? You know?
Kill me. I tortured an innocent girl. I terrorized an old man.
Yeah, kick the hell out of me.
I shot a defenseless girl is exactly what it says.
Yeah. Kick the hell out of me. Get your standing ovation. And he says, exactly as Gordon has asked him.
I'm doing it by the book and because I don't want to hurt you. Batman, ladies and gentlemen. Batman.
He tries to reason with him one more time. He's just like, let's try to understand each other. Let me try to help you. And Joker says straight up, it's too late for me.
Yeah.
And then goes into the famous final part of the story where Joker tells him his joke.
This reminds me of a joke. And I picked up on this. So when he says, see, there were these two guys in a lunatic asylum. When Batman first went to the asylum, that was the quote that was there. So Joker has a joke. And I'm just going to read the joke because it's a funny joke.
Because it's super famous in this book.
And Joker says, see, there were these two guys in a lunatic asylum. And one night, they decide that they don't want... We're going to start that over because I fucked it up. See, there were these two guys in a lunatic asylum. And one night they decided they don't like living in an asylum anymore. They decided they're going to escape. So, like, they get up on the roof, and there, just across the narrow gap, they see the rooftops of the town stretching away in the moonlight, stretching away to freedom. Now, the first guy, he jumps right across with no problem. But his friend dared to make the leap. You see, he's afraid of falling. So then the first guy has an idea. He says, hey, I have my flashlight with me. I'll shine it across the gap between the buildings. You can walk along the beam and then join me. But the second guy just shakes his head. He says, what do you think I am, crazy? You turned it off when I was halfway across. I don't do a good Joker laugh. It's fine. You can make fun of me. All right, this is just my take on it. If I was Joker, and what I try to do is I put myself in Joker's shoes, and I try to think about what he might be feeling in that situation. And I feel like this is an example of what happened to him. He trusted somebody. Somebody said, hey, let's do this. And it screwed him in the end. He said, okay, I'll go along with it, only to be screwed in the end. Kind of like with the heist thing. You know, he said, hey, I'll go along with it. The mob convinced him to go along with the heist. And then in the end, he got screwed. It didn't work in the first place. You can't trust anybody.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
That's where I went.
No.
I don't know if that's right.
There is no right or wrong. That's the thing. I don't
went.
think Alan Moore ever wanted there to be a right or wrong. I think he always wanted you to interpret it your own way. So this leads us to the final pages of the story, where we want to talk about controversial, but as I kind of already have figured out, you're not. I don't think you've picked up on it yet. So tell me what happened. I want you to tell me and take the book home for me.
I know why you said it.
Interpret it.
I know why you said it earlier. Okay,
Go.
so my first opinion, which has now changed from my second opinion, only because he decided to talk earlier. My first opinion was Joker is laughing as he made a joke, and Batman followed the book, captured Joker, and is taking him back to the asylum. now that you made your comment, and I'm looking a little deeper in it, and you're following along with the panels.
Controversy? Where's the controversy?
You're following along with the panels. He's laughing, and then the laughing stops, and you no longer see Joker.
Well, they're both laughing, and then all of a sudden, only one person's laughing.
I didn't get that either.
So
and Batman starts off.
This is so, and then you see they're both laughing, and they have a laugh together. So this is where
the controversy could be: did Batman actually kill Joker, or did he follow the book?
Exactly. So does he take Joker in, or does he actually wind up killing the Joker? Which is the entire theme of this book. When you go back to the beginning,
the killing joke.
Well, yes, but the conversation between the two of them. Will you wind up killing me? Will I wind up killing? How does this end? Is the idea of this book. I feel
like the name of the book kind of gives it away. The killing joke.
So now, the question is, which one is it? So this is why this book has so much controversy surrounding it, because it's, does Batman kill the Joker, or does he not? Now, if you ask Alan Moore, he says no. It's just them sharing a joke together. But if you go to the other crazy resident of DC, Grant Morrison, if you ask him, he swears that, yes, Batman does kill the Joker in the end of Killing Joke.
Okay. In my opinion, if we are comparing them and we are weighing, did Batman kill, did Batman not? There is more evidence that Batman did in fact kill Joker, but I would prefer to think that Batman did not kill Joker, only because of what he said to Gordon in the end. Yeah. So it could be as simple as they want you to think that he killed Joker, and maybe he choked him out and was like, I'm gonna grab you by the throat and bring you back to the asylum.
It comes down to this.
I don't know.
Did Batman snap? Did he finally...
Did Batman turn mad?
Was this another bad day for him?
I don't know. If we're weighing it, the evidence leans more towards he killed Joker. But I would like to not think that.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does in this.
Yeah.
I don't think it was intended to. I think it was supposed to be left for controversy, which
it was.
Which just is a statement of Alan Moore, like leaving it up, open-ended like that.
I mean, the title of the book is The Killing Joke.
And what was the end? It was a joke, right?
And he killed the Joker. Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, and that's the thing. There is no there. That's the thing about open-ended stuff.
Yeah.
There is no actual answer. You're not
right.
aware.
I mean, if you're gonna go off the writer of the book and he is telling you that Batman did not kill the Joker, then I guess we should probably listen to the writer of the book. But at the same time, I understand the controversy because a lot was left open and there's a lot of evidence that explains otherwise.
Yeah. So.
I'm done my drink.
Batman: The Killing Joke, one of my absolute favorites. I'm glad we were able to do it for our second one.
I'm really glad that we were able to read this one. Well, I was able to read it. I know you've read it, but... And I love that they put Tim Burton on the front. Like...
Yeah, because he does it.
Come on.
He does his quote
so
like
freaking cool. Like, out of anybody who's going to read this book, I love that it was Tim Burton.
Well, Tim Burton directed the first two Batman movies, right?
Yes, I did know that. But still, it's just... Tim Burton is horror-esque. Like, he's the horror guy. Mm-hmm. Kind of. Well, he's like the weird guy. He's, crazy out there guy.
Do you think he had one bad day? I think
is fantastic. Who?
Tim Burton? Did he have one bad day? So that is... that is Batman: The Killing Joke. So what would you say about it? I know you said a lot about it, but what would you...
I'm going to say, what more do you want me to say about it? I highly recommend reading it if you have not read it. I am very glad that I read it. It is definitely going to make me want to read more by Alan Moore and Brian Boland. I loved his artwork. I understand Alan's writing, but Brian's artwork is kind of what sold it for me. Only because I'm a artist myself, so.
Yep, this is true.
It was really, really cool to see.
I'm actually surprised out of, I know you're not the biggest reader of stuff, but I know you have before I met you, you had your own comics and stuff, but This is, like I said, one of those seminal ones that everybody, this is one of the standards that you're supposed to read. You know what I mean? And
well, now I can say that I'm part of your guys' standard.
It is a fantastic book. One of my all-time favorites. And for good reason, too. For absolute good reason.
If you enjoyed it as much as we did, let us know. We are completely open for healthy debate. We love debating anything. Not even just debating, discussing. Like, if you have thoughts on it, whether they're positive or negative, you think we screwed up, you think we did something, let us know. Like, we're totally free-spirited and open to discussion.
For sure. Let us know. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you like it as much as I do? If you want to know, again, what was in the One Bad Day, which I had a pretty good day with this, I will leave it in the description below for you so you can make it yourself, try it out. Let me know in the comments. If you do make it, let me know what you think of it.
If you haven't checked out our new banner, I want to put a plug out here to our friend Nick LANZA, who created an incredible banner for us, and I think it is hilarious because I think it captures Casey's face like to a freaking
Of all
T.
things he had to get right, he got my nose right.
It was fantastic, Nick, and you are absolute genius,
Yes.
and we absolutely love your art, and I will be here to promote your art whenever I can.
Absolutely. Well, big shout out to our friend there.
We're going to link his Instagram down below if you want to check out any more of his artwork. He does some fantastic stuff. Be sure to check him out. Head over to our Facebook page. We have a lot of cool stuff that we're posting on there. We head over to our Instagram page. We also have a lot of cool stuff that we're posting there.
We got a Twitter.
We don't do much on Twitter.
You don't do much on Twitter.
I mean, do you?
I do.
Whatever.
All links will be in the description below. Again, let us know what you're thinking of Cocktails and Comics. If you have...
Comics and cocktails. Kiss
Let us know what you're thinking of it. Do you have any recommendations? What do you want to see? What do you want to have her read next?
Educate me, you guys. Please educate me. Send me books. Send me what you love, because I want to read what you love. I don't even know where to start when it's stuff that I care about. I want to read what you care about.
So she'll listen to you guys.
Everything we've done so far has been your suggestion. I want to know what they're suggesting.
Anyway, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell for notifications so you know the next time we drop another Comics and Cocktails episode.
Which I know you're going to hate, but whatever. We're doing it anyways.
We got more stuff as soon as reactions come by. But follow for those. We'll be around. Hopefully she's around a little bit more. Work will do, loosen up a little bit. Until then, we will see you guys later.